Hey, welcome back to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Now, taking a look at just this watch by itself, ignore the brand name. This watch seems to have just about everything. It's got a power reserve, moon phase, date, and a small seconds. A lot for just a single tiny watch, but I wouldn't expect anything less from Patek Philippe, which is what we're going over. The Patek Philippe Nautilus self-winding, reference number 5712G, complete with the date again with the moon phase. All right, this watch, I'll be going over the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown, the movement, as well as the strap, and I'll be giving you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist as well. Alright, so taking a look at this watch, it has the dial of slate gray with gold applied hour markers with luminescent coating applied onto them. This case measures 40 millimeters from finger to thumb, the 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, the diagonal rather, measures 40 millimeters, and I measured a lug-to-lug height of 44.2 millimeters, an effective 50 millimeters if you include this sort of this intermediate link that connects the lugs to the strap. All right, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about how this watch wears. It also has a thickness of 8.52 millimeters, very, very thin for a watch that they consider to be effectively a sports type of watch. In fact, all their Nautilus watches are sports types of watches, right? And they all have this sort of signature look with that bezel, a rounded sort of octagonal type of shape to the bezel. It has that porthole construction of that case, allowing you to sort of take a glance into the maritime influences of the Nautilus model since 1976, all right? This construction is made with steel, or this one is actually made with white gold rather, because, and you know that, because there are hallmarks underneath the lugs of the case showing you that you are dealing with precious metals here, and in this case it is white gold. So you have an extreme elegance to this watch that really comes pretty much second to none with the way that it is constructed, right? So satin brush finishing on the front of the case as well as the front of the bezel, as you can see here. A high polish along the outer edge, back to a satin brush finishing along the 9 o'clock flank along with the crown guard, as you can see there. Crown itself, high polish with that the Patek Philippe logo square center on there. Absolutely brilliant in construction and presentation. Again, it's a slate gray dial going in. It has sort of those lateral finishings in there to give it that Nautilus, that signature Nautilus look, and it also has a sunray finishing. If you can see it, depending on the angle of light, you can actually see that it has that sunray type of effect, and that's absolutely impressive given that the dial has those lateral lines in it that to me sort of references, like, say, ship planks going all the way across. All right, very beautiful construction here, very elegant as well. All right, the dial also has those hour and minute hands, Baton style hands, working very effectively with those I wouldn't say basic, but they're rather consistent index hour markers going all the way across, only to be slightly interrupted by the small seconds hand at the sort of 4:30 position, with the date dial to its left at the 7 o'clock position with a moon phase within it. All right, and there's also a power reserve indicator at the 10:30 position. All right, when it comes to all the functions here, it's quite a doozy. Okay, so it doesn't all come with the crown, however. So if you unwind the crown to the first position, you can wind the watch and you can actually see the power reserve meter going all the way up, as you can see at the 10 o'clock or 10:30 position. That little needle is actually going up to show the power reserve. Okay, pull out to the next position, and it's actually the final position. Doesn't hack the seconds hand, so you're not going for absolute precision here, but you can actually adjust the minute hand as necessary. Okay? And let me actually progress the hour hand all the way to midnight, so you can see how the date needle works there at the 7:30 or 7 o'clock position. Okay? All right, and note that it was a very quick little tick, no slow movement starting from 10 o'clock and ending somewhere around 2 o'clock. It was an instant click, instant change over to the next day. All right, time setting, very easy. All right, and just remember your seconds do not actually stop when you pull out that crown to adjust the minute hand. So you'll kind of have to guess as to where the minute hand should be. I'm just going to leave it there for now. And be sure to wind it tightly against the case to ensure only a 60-meter water resistance. So, you know, you're not expecting to go diving with this watch. Definitely surface swimmable. You can certainly wash your hands while you have this watch on. Maybe you can even take a shower with it, but I wouldn't take it beyond, you know, like the deep end of your pool, for example. Okay? And so what makes all of this work? It is the in-house made caliper, the 240 PS IRM made CLU rather. All right, so it has all those complications, the date, moon phases. It has a diameter of 31 millimeters inside this case here. It has a height of 3.98 millimeters and 29 jewels with total of 11 bridges. All right, if I can zoom in there a bit more, okay, that's as far as I can get with there, but absolutely flawless construction from Patek Philippe. As you can see, I'm rotating it, so you can actually see that that winding rotor on the inside. It's actually smaller than the diameter of the movement. All right, it has a total of 29 jewels, pretty much the bare minimum, all you really need to really get all of this movement working properly. All right, it also has a minimum 38 to a maximum of 48-hour power reserve, and that off-center mini rotor is actually 22 karat gold. It has a Gyromax balance with vibrations per hour rating of 21,600 or 3 Hertz. So again, you're not going for absolute precision, but that's about the same rating that you would get from typical Audemars Piguet watches as well. You're not really going to notice all that much. It's only a 3 Hertz difference compared to the, well, it's only a 3 Hertz rating as opposed to a 4 Hertz that you would find in, say, Rolex, or, you know, even higher in, say, a Grand Seiko. But, you know, you're getting this watch because it is absolutely brilliant and it has all the functions that you could ever possibly need. All right. And also, let me expand on this a little bit. On that winding rotor, it has that Patek Philippe seal in the Geneva wave patterns, as you can see on that rotor. All right, and keep in mind that that rotor, as long as you keep the watch on your wrist, that rotor will actually help keep the power reserve up. And you know, there's no real worry about the power reserve because the mainspring feeds directly into this power reserve indicator at the 10:30, so you can very easily tell how much time you have left, how many hours you have left for the power reserve. And if you really need to, you can just simply unwind the crown to the first position and just continue winding that mainspring, no problem. Very easy. As you can see, I added literally half a day in just a few seconds. Okay. All right, and now when it comes to the overall look of this watch, we have this black alligator leather strap. Right, it's very integrated, I would say, as it's, you know, you have the Patek Philippe, that intermediate link coming down from lug, and just immediately you have that alligator leather strap, black stitching all the way down, or it's more like a mid-tone gray, right, with a tan on the underside, with a matching sort of tan or a dark shade of a tan stitching underneath. All right, leading down to the clasp here, we have the Nautilus stamped onto that clasp, stainless steel. It has the double deployment button system here. So in order to open this, you can't simply just pull it. You have to press in these 2 buttons on the side to deploy it. And it's a double-sided deployment, but asymmetrical, if you'll actually believe that. The side with the buckle here, the pin, has a longer end to it than the other side. All right, so keep that in mind when you are purchasing this watch, that it will be asymmetrical, but it will still, it will help avoid pinching your wrist if you wear this snug. And when it comes to sizing, not the easiest thing in the world, because this little pin buckle up here requires the use of a screw to actually keep your strap within that buckle, because if you have this screw, it'll keep it still. If you don't have the screw, it will easily slide in or out. So beware of that when you're sizing this watch and keeping it, because you can't really change the size on the fly. And that being said, it's not sized for my wrist, so it'll look a little bit loose on me. So I'll try it on right now so you have an idea of how it is, okay? So keep in mind that it's sort of one side before the other. The shorter side first, and then the longer side, so that you have the excess strap coming over, and you can actually tuck it in neatly into the first strap there, okay? Now, wow, very loose on me, but I'm not going to change it all that much, okay? So when it comes to the overall weight, it's extremely light. Despite it being, all white gold construction, hardly any, other metals here other than, gold in the movement as well. That wafer thin profile, that form factor, excellent. It will fit under any suit cuff, no matter how form-fitting it is. All right, and with the overall framing here, let me zoom out actually. With the overall framing on the wrist, I'm getting, well, certainly not quite as much bracelet because of that effective lug-to-lug height of, just slightly over 50 millimeters that I measured. All right, so I'm getting a whole lot of case here, not a whole lot of bracelet, unless, I tilt my wrist away. But when it comes to checking the time, I get everything presented to me. I know how much power I have left. I know where I am within my minute via the small seconds dial. I know exactly what date it is by that date wheel there at the 7 o'clock position, along with, the moon phase. Not really sort of something that I would really need to use, but hey, maybe you're an astrophotographer or something. That would be very useful, so hey, when is the new moon going to be out? When is a full moon going to be out? That stuff might be important to you, okay? So, when it comes to the overall presentation, let me also touch on this before I forget. If you'll notice that there's no way to actually set the date or the moon phase directly using the crown. Well, look no further. Simply just use a little tool to press this little button in on the 4 o'clock side right here, and you can advance the moon forward. It will only go forward about like one full phase before it actually stops. All right, and I had this sort of issue with a Jaeger-LeCoultre moon phase that I reviewed recently. Links down in the description below if you want to see that, okay? And the other side at the 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock position, somewhere between 7 and 8 o'clock, we have the date setting. So I'll hold it up here so you can actually see how the date progresses forward as you press the little presser in, okay? Very simple, very easy way to set the date. It's very easy to see because you have all the numbers laid out in front of you. All right, so there's no surprise there. All right, and if you find yourself on the 30th of a month, you can just easily advance it directly to the 1st. No problem there. Okay, and if you find that you're adjusting the moon phase because you had to move it backward just a slight bit, all you need to do is do that trick that I had earlier where I showed you. All you need to do is just advance the date forward naturally by moving the hour hand beyond midnight and force that date to move forward by itself, and you can then continue to move the moon phase forward as you need. All right, so that's a little tip and trick from me over here at Jazz Time. Okay, so when it comes to its overall presentation, what do you guys think about this watch? Would you ever need something like this that has so many little bells and whistles on it? Because, I wouldn't expect anything less from Patek Philippe when it comes to, a watch that has all the functions that you could ever possibly need. All right, leave what you think down in the comments below. I love to hear what you guys think. You know, do you really need something like a moon phase watch? What would you use a moon phase for? You know, let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like the video as it helps our channel out. Be sure to subscribe as, you know, it helps us out even further. And if you want to stay updated when we go live with another video, hit that bell notification as well right next to it. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch, any other watch, discontinued, or current production like this one, let us know at jazztime.com. Place your order down below, links in the description.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.